I don't know if the solar companies are gonna like this video or not, but you gotta tell people the truth. One of the first things you want to consider before you purchase solar or you lease solar is, what does your current electricity bill look like? It always sounds good to go green or get solar, but if you're paying less than $200 a month on average for your electricity bill, it might not make sense for you to go out and lease or purchase solar. The other thing you want to consider is, how long do you plan on being in your current home or the home that you're going to purchase? If you plan on being in the home for less than 5 years or even less than 10 years, it might not be a good idea for you to get solar. Read the fine print of the solar contract, because a lot of times solar companies will tell you, hey, it's very easy to transfer your solar purchase contract or your solar lease contract to a new buyer. Or they'll tell you there's no lien associated with the property when it comes to the solar agreement. But when it comes to transferring the ownership of the solar panels from your property to a new buyer, there's a couple things to take into consideration there. You got to remember that not everyone wants solar. So even though it sounds like a good idea for you and your family, when you go to sell your property, you have to remember it's going to narrow your buyer pool down. Meaning, instead of opening the sale up of your home to all buyers, now you're really only going to be attractive to people that want solar already. Another thing a lot of solar companies will tell you is that solar is going to increase the value of your property. And that's not necessarily the case either. If you have a lease solar agreement or a power purchase agreement, that does not increase the value of your property. The only way solar is going to increase the value of your property is if the solar that's attached to your property is already paid off in full, or if you're going to be paying it off when you sell the property, and that's going to benefit the new owner but not necessarily going to benefit you. You got to keep in mind whether you're going to be paying off the loan when you sell the home, or you pay off the purchase agreement, or you pay off the lease agreement. All that money is going to come out of the equity of your sale. So let's say you're going to make $100,000 on your sale, but you still owe $20,000 on your solar. That money is going to come out of your equity when you go and sell the home, unless you can find a buyer that's willing to take over the contract that you're trying to get out of. Solar might make sense for you if, let's say, you have a giant house with a huge pool and you're paying $400, $500, $600 on average for electricity. At that point, you might want to consider getting solar, because it actually might save you money either on your current electricity bill or in the long run. At the end of the day, it's always going to be up to you whether or not you want to get solar, but these are all the things that I would take into consideration before you sign that contract, because once you sign the contract, it's very difficult to get out of.